Hello friends, I am Nisha Sharma, Associate Professor, Department of English. Today we are going to discuss the topic George Herbert's poem Pulley, and we'll make a stanza-wise analysis of the poem. The Pulley by George Herbert is a religious metaphysical poem which centers on the pulley as a prime conceit in the poem. Herbert wants to unveil the truth that why human beings are so restless and unsatisfying despite having all the things he wants. The poem begins with the speaker stating that he is retelling the story of creation. He is particularly interested in the part where God gives humankind knowledge, wisdom, beauty, and strength. These are important features of human existence that flowed easily from God to humankind. There is one blessing that God did not let out of his cup: rest. He chose to withhold an innate ability to rest from humankind in order to keep his creation close to him. When one gets weary, they turn to God, or that is his reasoning. Herbert's speaker states that God did not want humanity to love nature more than they love the God of nature. And now to the point. When God at first made man, having a glass of blessings standing by, let us, said he, pour on him all we can. Him is human being. Let the world's riches, which disperses is scattered, lie, contract into a span. Thus, in the first stanza of the pulley, the speaker begins by describing the creation of humankind. Herbert's speaker is seeking to retell the Christian story of creation with a few added details. The speaker is able to describe what God was thinking and feeling when he decided to make humanity. God saw what he had made and decided to pour a glass of blessings on humankind. These blessings were just standing by in a cup waiting to be used. This speaks to the ease of God's access to forces separate from human understanding. This fact will become important later on in the text when God decides to withhold a blessing without a second thought. The speaker relays God's words at the moment as he addresses all of creation. He decides to pour on humankind all that we can. The world's riches, everything from strength to beauty is bestowed. They have come together into a span. So, strength first made a way, then beauty flawed, then wisdom, honor, pleasure. When almost all was out, God made a stay, perceiving that alone of all his treasure, rest in the bottom lay. The first of the blessings in the pulley that came to humanity was strength. It made a way. Next came beauty. It was soon followed by wisdom, honor, and lastly pleasure. These are all incredibly important parts of the human experience. There is one more element, though, that in his retelling of creation, Herbert Speaker chose not to include, that was rest. Rest as a blessing, equal to beauty and strength, is interesting. It is not something that one might immediately think of as a feature of life that can be given or granted, but in this narrative, it is the treasure that remains at the bottom of God's cup. He chooses not to give it to humanity. His reasoning behind this choice is contained within the next two stanzas. For if I should, said he, bestow this jewel also on my creature, he would adore my gift instead of me, and rest in nature, not the God of nature. So both should losers be. In the next 5 lines, the speaker describes how it was God's choice to not bestow rest on humanity. He knew that if he did so, then he would adore my gifts instead of me. Herbert Speaker thinks that God made this choice because he didn't want humankind spending their days worshipping nature. Instead, they should be appreciating the God of nature. Rest is not something that is an integral part of human life, and God made an informed, at least to him, the choice to withhold it. Yet let him keep the rest, but keep them with repining restlessness. Let him be rich and weary, that at least if goodness lead him not, yet weariness may toss him to my breast. In the final lines of the Pulley, the speaker finishes up God's reasoning behind his choice not to give humanity a complete life of rest. He doesn't want humanity to never rest, but there should be different periods. It is ideal for everyone to rest only until they feel restless. Then they should get back to their lives. God believes that if there is weariness in one's everyday life, then that feeling of exhaustion will toss humankind to his breast. Thank you.